Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning. You know the drill. Let me make sure that everything is everything before we get too deep into this. So, if you're seeing me this morning, good morning. If you're watching this in replay, all right, we're on my team page. Get into it. Hey, G Units. We get that shared where it's supposed to be. We are just want to make sure we're in all the places that we're supposed to be this morning. And it looks like we might be. Good job. Good job, Musha. And yes, there we are. All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Don't forget to come in, say good morning, let me know. Hey, my bestie. Let me know that you are there, that you are watching. I appreciate y'all popping in with me in the morning and doing this thing with me. I really do. Today was not my best morning, but I am here. Thank you so much for sharing. Today was not my best morning. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But I want to introduce myself to you for those who are seeing me for the first time. If somebody shared this with you, if you can hardly wait for you. Well, I love to hear that. If you are seeing me for the very first time, you're like, hey, girl, hey, but who are you? My name is Nisha, and I have a fabulous, amazing business. And I am doing what I was instructed to do, and I am serving my team on this journey as I'm serving myself. And so I decided to share, and I appreciate that they are. Thank you so much. I'm appreciating that they are, allowing me to share this space with all of you. Good morning, guys. As I do this with them. So I'm excited. We are doing I Declare, which is a book by Joel Osteen. I've showed it several times if you've seen any of this. It is a 31-day book. So it has something for each and every day. So we've been going through the days. We are on day 6. I am currently compiling all of these. They will be on a YouTube situation so that you can just go back and see them easily versus going through just my page and checking them out. But if you have not gotten the book, I show it at the top of every conversation that we have. So make sure, I'm not getting any kickback or anything from this. I just believe that it's an amazing space. Hey, Lakitria, I believe that it's an amazing book. It's an amazing space. It definitely, um, impacted my life when I first read it. And I think that everybody should. um, yes, so T, you are on the team page. Good morning. So all of them are here on the team page. So you'll be able to scroll back and look, but I'm going to put them all together and we'll have a folder on the team page as well. Just give me a little bit of time to get everything together, but you'll definitely be able to find it. So let's jump into it. I like to keep these quick. So it is day 6. I can't believe it. We're almost 7 days into this already. And today I definitely needed the reminder that this declaration gave to us. So let's start declaring some stuff this morning. Here we go. I declare a legacy of faith over my life. That would have been enough for me. But I declare a legacy of faith over my life. I declare that I will store up blessings for future generations. My life is marked making right choices and taking steps of faith, others will want to follow me. God's abundance is surrounding my life today. That is my declaration. So, and I'll talk about the story in just a second. This morning, I woke up and I was not in my right space, y'all. I was not, and it happens. It happens to all of us. I don't want any of y'all for just one up in the right space, and that if you don't, you waking up wrong. No, absolutely. I am human like everybody else, and sometimes I just wake up and the things of life remind me that life is lifing. And today was one of those days. Now, because there's certain things that I study, because there's certain things that you know, um, I have built into place, I often do quickly recover and remind myself, who I am, who I belong to, who got my back, all of those things to get my mind refocused. But life happens, stuff happens. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do whatever. So this morning I said, God, I need you to just rest on my tongue, rest on my heart, rest on my mind, because I knew that I was not in the right space. And I said, how can I go on and not be in the right space and, you know, be obedient to what you're telling me to do? I'm gonna need you to intervene and get in this real quick. And so I begin to read the story that was attached to the declaration. And he told two, or he mentioned two. First, he mentioned the story. First, he mentioned just what legacy was and what we think about, because that was the first thing that I thought about when I saw legacy. And that's you're leaving something generationally for your family. You're leaving something generationally for, your grandkids, their grandkids, just a legacy throughout your family. And he reminded us that while that is one aspect of it, that the Bible talks about um, these legacies of just having goodness and being good to other people, um, and how that impacts not just you, but the people around you, you know, in the sense of I can have an amazing spirit, and then T can pick up on that amazing spirit, right? And she can go on and then have an amazing spirit to somebody else. So it's a trickle effect of you just being good and authentic. And, sometimes we forget that aspect of just being kind to people and having a kindness about us that is going to affect other people around us. And, I have always believed that that saying I heard years ago, many of you may have heard it too, you know, you are only, your chain is only as strong as your weakest link. And I have always said, I don't want to be the weak link, right? I want to be the link that is dependable. I want to be the link that is an example. I don't want to be the weak link, right? I don't want to be looked at as the weak link, the one that's going to cause the whole thing to shamble and just fall apart, right? Nobody really truly wants that. Um, and so it reminded me of that. Like, this ain't just about you, right? So many times we get in our feelings about stuff and, how it's affecting us when stuff is just so much bigger than just us, right? And what we're going through at the moment. Not to trivialize people's things, because life is life. But a lot of times, y'all, it is more than just you. It's more than just you. And so he talked about how the Apostle Paul told Timothy how he could see his grandmother's faith on him. He could see his mom's prayers on him. And, just that legacy of this ain't got nothing to do with you. But he went on to talk about Moses and Joshua. And that's when my spirit changed. That's when my energy changed. So I'm going to read it. It's very short. You guys know the chapter is only one page, and it's only half of the page. So this is what it changed for me, because it reminded me how God has called me to lead, and he may have called a lot of you to lead, has caused me to lead a team, has caused me to be an example to others, has caused me to be in a space where I am communicating with all of you. And so therefore, it's more than just about me. So I need to remember that when I'm addressing things, thinking about things, when I'm approaching things. This ain't about you, boo. This is about the glory of God. This is about your mission. This is about, your purpose. This is about something other than your feelings might be hurt this morning, right? Get it together. So that was a conversation for me. Get it together. So this is the passage that shifted my thought this morning. And hopefully it speaks to someone else. Scripture tells the story of Joshua and the people of Israel who were in the midst of a great battle. Their leader, Moses, was on a hill holding up a staff of God in the air. As long as Moses had his hands raised, Joshua and the Israelites would win. But when he grew tired and put his hands down, the enemy would start to prevail. Moses realized what was happening. He asked a couple of men to help him keep his hands in the air. Can you imagine? You are exhausted and you call somebody, just hold my hands up. Just hold them up, because I don't have the strength to do that anymore. He asked a couple of men to help him keep his hands in the air. But what I want you to see is Joshua was down there winning the battle. He did not even realize the only reason he was winning was because Moses was on the hill holding up his hands. Without Moses doing his part, Joshua and the people of Israel would have been defeated. Your challenge is to live a life in such a way as it causes others to win. With every single right decision you make, you are holding up your hands. You're making it easier on those who come after you. Every time you resist temptation, you are winning for your children. Every time you are kind and respectful, every time you help someone in need, every time you come to church and serve and give, you are storing up mercy. It may be for your children or for your grandchildren, or even 100 years from now, for somebody in your family line who will experience God's goodness because of the life you lived. It is not about me. It is not about you. And so that shifted my whole perspective. I'm here to serve my team. I'm here to, serve whoever God puts in my path. So that means, you know what I'm saying? You got to hold your hands up and do what's right and do what's integral and do, get out your feelings about every doggone thing, because it's bigger than you. Your showing up is bigger than you. Your doing the things that you know that you're supposed to do is bigger than you. And a lot of times we reduce it to us. In my whole heart, I know that this business for me is a ministry and a service. Whatever it looks like, whatever it comes across, whatever, it's a ministry and a service. I'm here to serve. I'm here to minister. I'm here to be of service. Whether it is having this conversation, whether it is selling my my product and using that money to serve the community, whatever it is, it's a ministry, right? So it requires that I show up. It don't require that I feel good. It don't require that I don't get tired. It talked about how Moses got tired, so tired he couldn't hold his arms up anymore. But he knew that him holding up his arms, was helping people who didn't even realize they were being helped. And it wasn't about them realizing that they were being helped. He knew, I'm covering, I'm praying, I'm serving for somebody else. I appreciate you too, Miss Cindy. I really do. So a lot of times when we are going about our day, we're going about our stuff, we're doing the things that we are doing, and we're just lifing, and life is happening back to us. We have to remember we were put in a position and we're standing in a position for a purpose. So I encourage all of you, I would impress upon all of you today, take you out of it and remember the people that you were put in position to serve. I promise you, your energy towards it will shift. Instantly, when I read that, my energy towards my day shifted because I knew what I had to do. I knew how I had to approach my day. I knew how I had to approach what it was I needed to do for the day, and nothing else mattered. Right? Because, like I said, I don't want to be the weak link. Right? I don't want to be the weak link. I don't want to be the one that didn't stand in position and caused everybody else to not be covered. Stand in position today. Do the things that are beckoning your heart, and do it with the boldness and knowing that not only are you covering somebody else, but somebody else has already covered you. That's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why you're in that space. That's the reason why you have the ability to do and think and, all of the things. You already covered. Now it's time for you to cover somebody else, right? You already covered. You are already covered. It's time for you to cover somebody else. So today, as we think about our declaration, we are going to remember that you're storing up blessings for another generation. You're storing up blessings for another generation. But it also says that your life is marked by excellence and integrity. Do everything that you do with excellence and integrity. Be known for being great and excellent and integral. And because you're making the right choices and taking those steps of faith, people will want to follow you. And God's abundance is surrounding my life today. God's abundance. Now, we're talking about an abundance that is never ending. That means you don't need to want for nothing. That means you don't need to, there is no need that is not covered, because his abundance is surrounding your life because you showed up in excellence and integrity. You showed up in excellence and integrity and made sure that you covered somebody else because you knew that God had you covered already. So that is it for today. Thank you guys so much. That is our declaration. I've been making sure to do my best to actually type it out so that if you want to actually reread it, say it out loud to yourself, throughout the day, each of the days that you absolutely can. I will absolutely, as soon as the YouTube space is open and complete, I will let you all know. I will make sure that it is posted. I appreciate you. I thank you for hopping on with me every morning and doing these declarations with myself and my team. And hopefully it is impactful in your life as it is impacting my life, and I'm sure theirs. So that is it. Enjoy the rest of your magnificent Monday. I will see you guys tomorrow morning for day 7. And until the next time, y'all know what to do. Be great on purpose. Bye, guys.